Hello there, Sepper here. I wanted to showcase a mini project I did in 2019 where I wanted to recreate the rewind mechanism of Prince of Persia. Let's see what I was trying to recreate. So the player made a mistake and now he's rewinding time to undo his mistake. Pretty cool, but there are some details here. The first is the audio that plays. There's this and then once you release there's another sound. Let's hear it again. If you play the game, you know that Prince can only go back to, I think, something around 7 seconds maximum. He can let go, for example, at 3 seconds. So it's up to the player, but he can only go back to maximum number of seconds. And if he reaches the maximum, then he has to wait a little bit for the time to pass or recharge so he can go back again. That's also a detail that you should know. I should also mention that when an enemy is saying something or doing something, or an object is moving, when you rewind, they will also rewind, and when you stop rewinding, they'll continue their movement. But with dynamic objects, they were a little bit messy. But let's see how I did it in 2019. I'm just gonna chill myself, jump off the sledge, and save myself by rewinding time. You can see the audio is like the game itself. I'm just gonna keep rewinding and rewinding again. You can see it's rewinding the animations, and you cannot rewind more than 7 seconds, like the game. One thing that's worth mentioning is memory consumption. You have to really be careful how much you consume memory when you're storing data so that you can rewind time. And if I had to redo this project again, I would only change one thing, and that's how I stored the position data. And I would do it the same way I assume Ubisoft did it. Do you remember I said that some objects were a little bit snappy and goofy in the beginning of the video when you were rewinding time? I think that can give us a big hint of how they implemented this feature. I think every couple of frames they store information, and when you're rewinding time they would interpolate between those information, but I don't know which type of information interpolation they used, but let's say linear interpolation. And I think that explains why some objects were a little bit snappy and they felt like they were teleporting. That's my take on it, and I would do it the same way I assume they did it, but I would also store more information. So instead of like every 10 frames, I would store every 5 frames, 3 frames, because now we have more RAM compared to 2003 or 2004 when Prince of Persia was released. But overall, kudos to the development team of Prince of Persia, because back then in PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, I'm pretty sure the RAM usage was pretty low. But when I revisited the game on my computer, it took something around 150 megabyte and there were no leaks. The game was consistent. Even when you were sure it was recording data so that you can rewind time. So they did lots of optimization, and kudos to them. Yep, that's it for my mini project showcase. Take care.